Welcome back, everyone. This is Wanda All Day, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of the Build-A-Figure for the Batman Forever movie wave. Here we have, of course, going to be the Nightmare Bat from the movie. So once you collect Robin, Batman, Two-Face, and Riddler, you do get a build wave here. We have it here, the Nightmare Bat. So I'll talk about the figure, well, the Build-A-Figure, and give you my opinion on it. So before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So we'll start off with the articulation on this figure. So head is just sideways. There is mouth articulation, which is cool. There is going to be wings. You can actually twist it as well. And from the looks of it, that's pretty much it. There's no other articulation, just the arms and the head, and of course the jaw. Now let's talk about the figure itself. We'll start with the, I don't know where to start. Okay, we'll just go into it. Screw it. So here's the headpiece on here. The headpiece, it does look good. It does look good. It definitely creepy looking. It has a really bright, supposed to be red, but like orange eyes. You got the painted nose on there. Look at the teeth as well too. And you can put this down. You can see a little bit inside his mouth. All right, then you got the ears on there. Do like the paint on the ear with a little bit of pink with brown on it. Right, and then you have that really thick fur. The fur is just like a dark brown, which I wish it was a bit more like light brown. It's like here and there, kind of make it pop, but it's fine overall. So the headpiece itself, it's fine. It's actually, it looks good, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, well, I'll talk about it in a bit in terms of the actual figure itself. So the headpiece itself, I gotta say, good looking headpiece. A lot of detail, especially with that fur. That fur is really thick. You can definitely feel it. And here we have the lower body. And of course, this is going to be where you actually put the sand on there, which is a little tight. I have to kind of get hot water to put it in there because it's really tight in there. And you do get the stand via getting Batman. So here's going to be underneath the body of the bat. More of that thick fur. Looks like he has a six-pack on here, right? And then, of course, just a dark brown fur on it, which it's fine. And then we have here the little feet, right? I do like that pinkish color look to it, the pinkish with dark brown, similar to that's present here in the ears, also going to be present here in the actual feet with the really long nails. Now you see that. And then here's going to be the top or back, however you want to call it. More of that thick fur, right? More of the dark brown. And again, mentioned it had like a little bit of scuff mark, not scuff mark, but like light brown brushes here and there. I think it would have popped more, but just having it dark brown, just kind of there. There's a tail on there, which I hoped it articulate, but it didn't. Same with the feet, it does not articulate. It's just, well, there. And here's going to be the back of the feet, right? He's kind of flying. You can see on here more of that pink paint, the skin paint. And here we have the wings, more of that thick fur. Then you have that brown. Then you have here all the actual skin on here on this wing, right? I do like the paint, right? The pinks, the reds on here, the dark brown, looks really good. It makes it pop. All right, look at that detail in the paint. I gotta say though, even though the figure itself, I'm kind of like, cool, sure, but I gotta admit though, McFarlane did a good job with it. I do like the paint, the detail, right? You can see a little bit, you can see perfectly here, the veins, right? You see all the veins? So there is detail here. Like McFarlane did put some effort into it. It could have just been a plain looking bat wing, but he actually added some skin to it, like some veins, excuse me, not skin, so you can make it pop, right? You can see here the vein right there, you see that? So I gotta give credit to McFarlane. He actually added some texture to it. Here's gonna be the other side as well too. More of that pinkish, brownish paint, more veins right here, right? And here's gonna be the other side. You can see more of that consistent paint on there too, right? Brown, more veins right here. So there's definitely a lot of detail, and I appreciate McFarlane for making this Build-A-Figure figure. But let's be honest, did we want this? No, I don't hate the figure. This is what I wanted to talk about, the figure itself. I don't hate the figure. I think the figure's cool and all, but I'll be honest, it's one of those like, oh, it's cool, and that's it. So overall, the figure itself, it's it's a figure. That's all I can really tell or say. Excuse me, because personally, I would prefer maybe like a Pennyworth. That would be kind of cool, like a Build-A-Figure Pennyworth. But for this, it's there. I think it's one of those things where people didn't really. I put it this way: I can see people selling this, just getting the actual 4 figures and probably selling this. I understand the context of this figure because of, well, the film. If you watch it, you know what I'm referring to. But yeah, it's a bit of a letdown in terms of getting this figure as a Build-A-Figure. But even though for what we got, and it's something that we didn't really want, you gotta admit though, it does look good. So kudos to McFarlane. He did a good job of making this Nightmare Bat. But again, it's not something that we wanted. So I don't hate it. I don't like it. I'm just kind of like, eh. But of course, is it worth the price of getting all these 4 figures to get this? It really depends on you. You do have to get these 4 figures now, pay retail, because you don't want to miss out. As I mentioned, these 2 figures, this is already going for sale for like $35. So you might want to look at these now for retail price. But in terms of getting all these 4 just to get this, it really depends on you. For me, I don't think this figure is really worth getting all 4, if that makes sense. If McFarlane would have told me, hey Mondo, would you be willing to pay $23 and not get a Build-A-Figure or not get this? I would be like, sure, that's fine. As long as maybe get an extra accessory each one, I'm cool with it. Because to me, this is cool and it does look good. Don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of like, about it. So that's just my opinion on it. I don't hate it. I don't like it. I'm just kind of like, oh, cool. And that's that. Here we have all the figures from the Batman Forever movie wave. We got Robin, Batman, Two-Face, and Riddler. And of course, you get all these 4 to get the Bat. And so overall, what do I give this whole movie wave? I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And here's why. Even though the Riddler itself is a plain looking figure, but it looks like similar to the actual character from the film. Two-Face, I think it looks cool. The whole jacket, I'm liking it. I'm digging it. Batman, as I mentioned in thumbnail, 10 out of 10. I know. It's not accurate to the film. I get that. But for what it is, you gotta admit, it's a good-looking Batman. Robin, I know, similar to the Batman, it's not accurate. But for what it is, though, you gotta admit, it does look good. Having that wired cape and having that really thick cape on here on Robin. And for the accessories that you get, it's a good deal for these figures. A good value for money. Now, as mentioned regarding the actual Build-A-Figure Bat, it's there. It's one of those, I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's just like, oh, it's cool. That's it. So, once again, what do I give this whole entire wave? I give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me in this figure? Do you plan to purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on support channel, put to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This was an overview of the Build-A-Figure figure from the Batman Forever movie wave, the Nightmare Bat, and on to the next one.